Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to yet another client transformation video. So the gorgeous Hina sat on my chair and she had requested a brown eyes and a red glossy lips, and that's exactly what we did. Okay, so Hina is a professional makeup artist. She works with MAC Cosmetics. She's based in the United States of America, so it was an honor to have a fellow makeup artist sit on my chair. Okay, so yeah, starting off on the clean canvas as always, I went ahead to clean her face, and then I went into the Meron Skin Prep, moisturized it in, let it sit, and then I'm moisturizing. As you guys can see, I use the Embryolisse moisturizer, my favorite moisturizer of all time. And then for primer, I believe I used the Omari Code Matte O'Clock primer. Yes, I properly massaged that into her face, and then I went straight into foundation. Guys, I'm so sorry, I cannot remember what foundation I used, but I know I used MAC foundation and I used L'Oreal True Match foundation, right? But I'm not sure what shades I used, right? Sincere apologies on that. So once I'm done with the foundation, I went in to set it with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Now I'm contouring. I believe I used a dark shade from the L'Oreal True Match foundation, or a dark shade from my MAC Cosmetics. Yes, I just used that to contour the cheekbone area and then the sides of the forehead. Okay, then I went into my cream blush. I believe that for my cream blush I used the, what's it called now, Tehila Cosmetics lip palette. You guys are gonna see me apply the blush in a minute, but yeah, I used the Tehila Cosmetics blush palette. I believe I picked up the pink shade from that palette, blended it onto my mixing pan and then onto her face. I applied that to her cheeks, and then with what's left on my brush I went in to apply on the tip of her nose as well. Then I proceeded to do the concealer. For concealer, I used the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Chestnut. Apply that in the under eye, the what's it called, the under eye, the forehead, nose bridge, and the chin. And then I went into my White Glam beauty sponge and I properly blended the concealer in. For her setting powder, I believe that I used the Huda Beauty setting powder in the shade Kunafa and Nutmeg. I mixed those two shades to set the concealed parts. So this is a new technique I learned. It helps to snatch the face and give that lifted look. I started doing it and I really like the outcome. Okay, so this is me just blending out with my beauty sponge like I mentioned before. I properly blended out the concealer, and then I went in to set with my setting powder. Hi guys, once again welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, hi, thank you so much for always stopping by. And if it's your first time here, you're super duper welcome. Please do well to join the family by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Also turn on post notification so you get notified every time I upload a new video on here, which is every day at 6 p.m. okay, a new video goes up on my channel every day at 6 p.m. so you want to make it a date with me. Okay, I'm Chinonso Okoronkwo. I'm a makeup artist based in Lagos, Nigeria, and on this channel I film about beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and faith. So do well to subscribe to the channel if you are yet to be subscribed to this channel already. So I believe that I'm done setting at this point. I mixed the Huda Beauty Kunafa and Nutmeg. Then for the rest of the face, I went into my Fenty Beauty powder You guys, I'm sorry, I'm not sure of what shade I used, but yes, I went in with a shade that best matches the rest of her face. Then I believe I contoured with my Fenty. I think that this is the Fenty Beauty for, it's not 460, maybe 450. Is it 450? For 470, one of those shade, guys. Then I contoured with the Fenty Beauty 460. Now I'm going into blush, and I believe this is the Mirac Sculpt palette. I believe that was what I used. I picked the pink shade from this palette, and I blushed up her face, her cheeks, right? And then with what's left on my brush, I went, okay, so I mixed the Mirac Sculpt and Contour palette with my Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette in the style Zulu. I mixed those two shades for her blush. Now I'm going into my Fenty 490, and I'm using that to contour the nose, blending that into the eyebrows for that smooth flow, if you know what I mean. Once I'm done with contouring her face, I went in with, guys, I'm sorry, I can't remember my next step, so I'm just gonna pause talking until I get to my next. Okay, so I believe I set, right, and I used the Huda Beauty setting powder to set. Now I'm going into the brows, and I'm using I believe I used the, what's it called, Browmatic by Damel Brow Tamer. I used that to set her brow hairs in place, and while I waited for the brow tint to dry matte, I went in to do her eyeshadow. Now I took my time to blend in my benign clown white into her eyes, and it was a bit difficult, right, because she has semi permanent lashes on, and doing your eyeshadow with a semi permanent brows on can be a bit challenging, especially with this base, because it was a bit difficult to clean, because it's gonna be a bit difficult to get it off the lashes. So it was only wise that I carefully avoided that product from getting into the eyelash. So I just took my time and carefully applied it. I don't know, am I the only one who experiences a bit of challenge with applying eyeshadows on a client that has semi-permanent lashes on? If you experience it, please let me know. If you're a makeup artist and you experience it, please let me know in the comments section. Anyways, I found my way around it. I didn't stain the lashes, okay, as an expert that I am. And then I went into my Annie's Beauty Made the Brown palette. I picked up, I believe I used only this palette for this entire eye look, because it has different type of brown shade, guys. If you're a makeup artist and you don't have this palette, girl, you need to get one for yourself. Okay, so I went into a first soft brown shade. I used that as the transition color. Then I went into a darker brown. I used that to deepen the crease, and right now I went into a darker brown for the outer V, and then I also used that to, you know, darken the crease a bit more. And then I went into a smaller brush and I went into the crease. I blended a dark brown into the crease area, and then I went in with a darker brown on the entire lid, blended that out, of course. And then I went to do her brows. Okay, I used a combination of the Eversheen black pencil and the Mabruk eyebrow pencil. I alternated between these two brow pencil until I got what I was looking for. Once I was done drawing and filling her brows, I went to clean up the brows with I used the shade Cafe from the Zickel Cosmetics. That's the only that's the only product I have from Zickel Cosmetics. Their concealer in the shade Cafe. It has a beautiful coverage and I like the undertone as well. Anyways, this is me trying to do the second eyebrow just before I concealed. Once I was done, what did I just say? Right before just before I concealed the brows, then I went into press in the SSSN powder, and here I'm just blending in a brown shade from my Annie's Beauty palette. Then I went into my Mirac black eye pencil, also in her waterline. Here I'm highlighting and I'm using the Fenty Beauty highlighters in the shade Cognac Candy and How Many Carats. I went in to do her brows and I used this brown matte lipstick from So Pro Cosmetics. I went in with a red shade from So Pro Cosmetics and I glossed it up with a red lip gloss. Then I set the entire look with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, went into the one side, and now I'm using the Crayoline spray because this makeup has to stay intact. Okay, we've not done all this gorgeous work just for it not to stay intact. She loosened her curls and then this whole look was eating. Okay, it's giving everything it's supposed to give. Yeah, that's some transition right there. Her outfit is by Yemi Taylor. No. Her outfit is by Yemisi Atela, whatever, on Instagram. And I think her hair, her outfit, and makeup, everything was giving exactly what it is supposed to give. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Do well to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys on the next one.